and the vultures played crucial but distinct roles in the death process. These skulls that were displayed would be painted, but also seemed to be put back down under the floor, and then brought up again later at other times and painted again. They were maintained. And every day you wake up and open your eyes, the first thing you're seeing is this reminder that the vulture will care for some aspect of your soul. And
well, it's like the Vanitas. Remember the Vanitas? The Vanitas paintings from the Renaissance? The biggest thing about the Vanitas paintings was they were supposed to show the like the riches of the person, like the wealth of the person, but also there was always a skull in the Vanitas. So it was supposed to be an example of like, enjoy it while it lasts, because death tolls for everyone. And death is coming for everyone. So it was always like a beautiful picture of like their material wealth and everything. But then they would put a skull in there too. So we, like, only very modernly do we not do this shit. Sermon. Man, what a good painting. Look at that. The Vanitas. Utrecht. Vanitas. Vanitas.
What?
Yeah, it was one of the most fascinating trends from art school. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Richard Solomon, $9.99. Thank you. Enjoying the live stream as always. Thanks for being here tonight. Thank you.
Hello, this is Shanoa. Now, regarding your question, it seems that you want to fully understand whether you truly love your husband or not. Going by your cards, the primary card of the Lovers shows that there is good commitment between the two of you. So there is an established bond between the two of you that runs quite deep. But for you, you ended up getting 2 queens in your reading, which is very significant. Queen of Pentacles combined with Queen of Wands shows that primarily your husband has provided something of high comfort to you. He's provided a space or a situation where you can very much feel your own space and you appreciate that. But at the same time, you also feel like you still need to live your own life, be yourself, do the things you want to do that might necessarily not be within the scope of what he's comfortable with. So overall, I'd say this does indicate that you love him, but you are very much your own person within the relationship. So I would say if you start to neglect your own needs or your own interests, it could cause some problems. But I see this as a very healthy love on your end right now. If you want further details on compatibility with your husband, as well as future events that might come up between the two of you, give me a call or send me a message.
On Lysol, there's a mask. Boy, that's great from 2020. That's great. All right, let's continue.
To some degree, there's some sort of
Thank you, Fred Snyder. Please go subscribe to Fred
the
Snyder.
idea here of cosmic descent. And think about this. How they're living means that there's probably vultures overhead every single day. They don't live like us moderns where the farm might be tens or hundreds of miles away, where death often occurs in a hospital.
What is this image? This is like Civ. What is that? Civ 4?
And is moved from a series of containers, from hospital to hearse to building to coffin to ground. Death,
Man, he's a poet.
in these villages would have been more in the open. I see vultures literally every day, and it's just because I live around a bunch of bodies of water. People fishing or just animals dying naturally. I will see
Oh, he's got to show off that he lives in California.
a vulture overhead just about every day.
I'm
Imagine
rich, I
these
live in
people who are
California.
living with their livestock. We're slaughtering.
There's vultures every fucking day in Ohio. You see vultures, you know there's a dead animal near. It's like one of the biggest. It's like a telltale thing. It's like you got vultures landing in your yard. You better take care of that because they aren't going away. You ever hit a vulture? Those things come out of the ditch. I had a vulture come out of the ditch when I was driving that Pontiac Vibe. The damn wingspan of the thing. I swear to God, it had a 6-foot wingspan. It had a 6-foot wingspan, and it slapped against the hood of my car and up on the windshield, and like blood was on the fucking. It was traumatic. It was a traumatic experience. That little Pontiac Vibe. Cairo or India today, right?
Animals all the time.
Dude, Homes.com search lets you search by architectural style, so you can find something that matches your style. With just a few clicks, you can find your choice of 8 styles. Everything from mid-century modern, colonial, farmhouse, ranch style, and more. Because if you see yourself as a cowboy, you don't want to end up in a Victorian. Want a better search experience? Homes.com. That's the home search you've been searching for.
That the imagery aligns with known mortuary practices at the site. Writing that, quote, the removal of skulls and the depiction of vultures are closely linked with aspects of death ritual. And it's not far off. There's even some theories that
That is Syria.
Zoroastrianism came from this same region.
Zoroastrianism. They say Zoroastrianism basically inspired modern Christianity, and it's one of the only religions. It came out of Iran, and it was one of the only ancient religions that wasn't like a Canaanite death cult. It was like Zoroastrianism was one of the only ancient religions that actually valued the individual. I don't know enough about it, but they say that a lot of Jesus's original teachings was like Zoroastrianism, basically.
Region in this northern Mesopotamian area. But I've shown for sure that this entire Fertile Crescent area had been deeply influencing each other long before the rise of the pyramids or ziggurats. And so the foundation for what we see in Zoroastrianism are building up on this long-standing.
Where is this? Is this barley, wheat, lentils, barley, cattle? What are we looking at here? What, Anatolia? Anatolia Khomeini!
Foundation. In Zoroastrianism, the vulture's ancient role survives almost unchanged into recorded history. The Towers of Silence, or Dakmas, were explicitly designed
Dogmas.
and to expose corpses so that vultures could strip the flesh. But that's
Oh, what? Oh, no. What? I gotta rewind that.
explicitly designed to expose corpses.
Hello, this is Shanoa. Now, regarding your question, you want to know, is the person your significant other conversating with male or female? And you also want to know why exactly she's following you around everywhere and just putting a lot of pressure on you. Going by your cards, it does seem that she's in communication with a male, but it doesn't seem that serious, so I wouldn't worry there. Now, as far as why she doesn't feel it's okay for her to communicate with other people, but puts a lot of pressure on you, is because she definitely feels very strongly for you. Like she loves you, but it doesn't seem like she is really getting a lot of reciprocation, or at least that's what she's feeling. So it's making her chase after you harder and harder because she wants to build something bigger with you, but it just seems right now that she's not really able to give you enough space. So it's making her act very erratically. But she's talking to this other person to help keep tabs on you and better understand what you're doing because she's worried that you have to be talking to someone else for her to not be getting what she needs out of you. And if you want further details on what the future holds between the two of you, as well as your compatibility with each other, give me a call or send me a message. Why does it keep blacking out?
It's too much. Woo, boy. The dwindling, there's not enough vultures. That's why they can take some of the vultures from Ohio. There's like, I see like 25 vultures every single freaking day. There's like 25 vultures. I swear.
Don't get cute.
Actually, do vultures fly south? Do vultures fly south? Hold on. Do vultures migrate? Do vultures? All right, let's see. Vultures migrate. North American turkey vultures. That's who we have here. Turkey vultures are nasty looking thing. Northern populations travel south in autumn to avoid freezing. Some vultures travel over 3,000 miles, not 5,000. I don't know how long 5,000 kilometers is. Methods, they travel in large groups. Timing, wow. Yeah, turkey vultures are nasty guys. They're like, turkey vulture. Yeah, they just are like, ooh, freaky. You ever been close to one? You do not want to be close to a turkey vulture. Those things are aggressive, and they are big. Turkey vulture wingspan. 6 feet. 6 feet. Look at this thing. We all float down here. We all float down here. Look at this thing. Christian Cover Rubius 693. Thank you for the $1.99. I used to see them in Mexico. People were scared. Yeah, the turkey vultures they're very commonplace. I feel like they reintroduced eagles about 20 years ago, super hard, and now you see eagles all the time. But when I was growing up, I remember my dad talking about turkey vultures. You don't go near turkey vultures. And every time we saw a bird flying, they were like, ooh, this one's dead. Like, it was always a thing. You didn't want to be near the dead animal. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, you don't want to catch whatever animals have. You know, it's the same reason. Like, I was walking. You know, if an animal gets hit in front of your house, you're responsible for cleaning that animal up. You're supposed to dispose of the carcass. And you can take it to the dump. Like, that's a thing. If a raccoon or a possum, check your county ordinances. But here, if a raccoon or a possum gets hit in front of your house, you take it put it in a trash bag, you take it to the dump. There's a neighbor down the road. This possum got smashed, and it just laid there. The tail, its tail is still in the road. And like, I stepped in it one day, and I scrubbed hot or soapy or water all over myself. I felt gross. You know what I mean? It's just like rancid, dead things. We really take for granted how sanitary our everyday lives are. And anyway,
Scavengers from
I did not know that, Fred Snyder. Thank you, Fred Snyder. Please go subscribe to Fred Snyder. He has more subscribers than I do, but I'll still chill it. These streams are so much more relaxing when women or relationships aren't the topic. I know. I hate talking about women. I'd rather talk about turkey vultures and dead animals than women. Because honestly, the turkey vultures and dead animals are more satisfying.
Sky were fit to remove the body. They alone have this unique relationship where they're not seen as polluted by it. And if you see my videos on the 10,000-year-old origins of the Silk Road, you won't be surprised that we also see this in Tibet. Anatolia to Greece to Egypt to Sumer to Tibet and northern China have been connected at least since the time of Çatalhöyük. And in Tibet, we see the sky burial, Jator, where they expose the corpse so vultures can consume it.
The process of the sky. I did not know this was a thing. I really didn't.
burial. Once the body reached to the sky burial platform, the master have to separate hair from skulls and have to check if the skull have hole or not. If the skull have a hole, it means that the spirit have went up to the paradise, and then you have to separate flesh from bones.
Y-Files is okay. I think he gets a little too into the like shticky woo. I feel like Y-Files, I have no hate against the guy. He's super famous. He's very, very good at what he does, for the record. Y-Files is a very good YouTube channel. You should go watch Y-Files. I personally, I think he verges more on the side, and I think it's because he has that fish sidekick thing. I think he verges more on the side of Mystery Science Theater 3000 instead of
Thank
like
you
a
for the
serious,
follow.
interesting. Like I can't take it seriously.
Thank you very
because he has that
much.
talking fish.
Yes,
I
yes,
know
yes,
that's very
yes,
odd
yes, yes.
For me to say personally, I don't watch Y-Files because it's
Ice cream, so good.
And like
Ice cream, so
I
good.
take this stuff a little more seriously, and it's not because I am so much more serious. It's
Ice
just,
cream, so
I don't want
good.
to listen to a talking fish, but he is very successful. So maybe I should get a talking fish. So this is my shortcoming, not his. I like Fred Snyder.
And first, he will chop down all the bones in the powder and mix it with the organs. And first, he have to serve the bones and the organs. And finally, he will serve flesh to the vultures.
This is wild. And the vultures are seen in the same way. This crucial element of cosmic recycling. And really interesting, we see it in the Andes,
The eternal recurrence.
with the condor. It's one of the few birds capable of soaring at these extreme altitudes. And they too become a divine intermediary between the earthly world and the upper heavenly world. The mainstream consensus here is that there's no direct link between these traditions. And I agree it's not necessary. I make the argument all the time that if you did see something like an orb, something floating or flying around, the only other thing that can do that is birds. And the life-giving sun is also in the heavens, the mysterious moon as well. If anybody had an out-of-body experience, just spontaneously, or through a near-death experience, or induced by some drugs in some
Look at that.
hallucinogenic spirit journey,
Look at that guy.
all of this would naturally lead to some.
I gotta get a wolf hat. See, Shelby wore that stupid wolf skull hat thing she had. Looked like a roadkill, man. I should get a straight up wolf hat. Like a whole like wolf pelt. I should get a Native American like straight up like go to the there's a I forget what they call it, blue jacket. There's this blue jacket thing they do here for the Shawnee, and it's like because the Native Pequot, it's like a Native American like it's a thing like massive battle. The Treaty of Greenville and stuff was a battle of Greenville was a massive thing. This whole area was Shawnee and the other kind. I don't remember the nations. Anyway, they have a massive like powwow every year with like wigwams and circles and drums and shit. I grew up going to it. It was really fun. It was before our Democrat Indian neighbors ended up stealing our van. They bought our van, then didn't pay for it. And Democrats. But they used to sell like pelts and shit there. And I should go there and get a wolf hat like that. That'd be really cool. I like that. Get a wolf hat. I know. Hecklefish is a common complaint. No, I don't have any problem with it. I don't know. I'm an asshole. Okay. What's up, Sophie? No, you're fine. Hey, I'm actually going to take a quick break. I will be right back. I'm going to get some more water. And walk in for the rest of Saturday night. Otherwise,
Making people mad.
someone building something or somebody doing the process of making something, something like that. And what it does is that it just gives you
That's how you get your kicks.
Did we see the paint? Awesome.
Oh, can we?
I should actually do a T-shirt that's I should do a mug that is just like a stylized image of the paint cans from that shot.
Nice.
That's what I should do. That's what I should do. Man, I cannot seem to crack my neck. Oh man, I just can't. It's like I got this stiff neck. What else you got that's stiff? Sadly, the views are down tonight because Raymond isn't raging. No, it's almost 10. It's Saturday night. People get laid, I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if I had a woman that would like to have sex with me. And usually by the fourth hour, like 3:30, 3 hours, 30 minutes into the fourth hour, if I'm not losing my mind, people do kind of trail off. There's also a lot of people that my core audience really is that He-Man. There's a big part of my core audience that really is that like He-Man woman haters club. And if I'm not raging about women, and I'm talking about like fucking wolf pelts in the history of Western civilization and Anatolia, like they're gonna go watch Chronic. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to watch me. I know that there is a massive part of my audience that only cares about me talking about how miserable I am because I'm a bald incel. Like I understand that. I get it. I'm pretty much trapped in like if you look at how my videos do, like we're gonna look at this. Today's video talking about like 870 views. Abysmal. If I go off script even slightly, I can't, like I can barely hit, like I talked about this one really hurt actually. The fact that I only made $20 on this one and got 2,200 views, and it was like, I don't know. The childhood video only getting 2,200 views, that one hurt. The family story only gets 2,200 views. It's just like people don't care. They want to see me being the jester, fucking incel, never going to be able to accomplish anything in my life, loser, chud.
Did you know what's on the front? Refrigerator pouches, a phone bed, a packing
He is like a tail. She's trying to sit in his
Try Once Upon a Farm. We won't stop talking about all the goodness we put inside.
Embodying the godforsaken fucking physical, ugly, choke golem, chud creature that I am, apparently. I'm aware of that. I get it. That's the Faustian bargain of being able to continue the online remote work, and that's really all this has become, is figuring out a way to continue the online remote work for as long as possible. So I know I know viewership's going to be down. I know that I start watching anything that isn't rage cell shit, they're gonna, nobody's gonna care. Julie, thank you for the $10 for teaching me stuff and exposing me to some beautiful art I hadn't seen before. Please don't freak out unless it's in the Indian voice. Oh, unless it's in the Indian voice. Do not redeem it. I don't have the energy to keep up the fucking freakouts.
I already have my force field deployed.
Do you know how much goddamn, vril I lost last night when I freaked out on Rispy? I freaking freaked out on her. I freaked out on her, and it's like, I don't like, I feel exhausted when I have a freak out. I don't like it. And I would rather talk about Vanitas and freaking 12,000-year-old civilizations, you know, the Minoans, you know, the histories. This is a great YouTube channel right here. The histories. Absolutely great YouTube channel.
Hello, this is Shanoa. Now, regarding your question, you want to know what your specific person, Alfred Savage, thinks of you. Going by the cards that you got, Ace of Cups being the primary card is already a good sign. So they do seem to have some very passionate feelings towards you and seem very fond of you. Two of Pentacles, especially with it being in the middle, signifies that there does seem to be something he's balancing with that. So it seems he's balancing his feelings for you with his own sense of security or his interest in someone else. So it does seem like he's at a bit of a crossroads about how to proceed. With Nine of Pentacles being in the last position, it does show that ultimately he does want to be in a relationship with someone who exemplifies everything that he wants in a significant other. So it does seem like currently Alfred's trying to decide who best to invest in, as well as who would be least likely to hurt him if he were to extend himself out. And if you want further information regarding your compatibility with him or what the future holds between you and him, you can give me a call or send me a message. Hmm.
The fucking bear. I need a bear hat. I need a bear hat. I need a bear hat. No, not like that. God, like a bear pelt hat. I need like a legit bear pelt hat. That's what I should wear. That's what I should fucking wear. I look like that. God. Now that's what I need right there. I need to wear a bear pelt hat and grow the beard out. There you go. That's it right there. That's it. How do I get a bear pelt hat? Oh man, I need a bear pelt hat. I gotta get how to buy. Where do I get them?
Incantation.
Bearskin hat. Bearskin. Man, some of these pictures look terrible. See, there you go. There's your Manic Pixie Dream Girl right there. That's like peak freaking 2014 hipster right there. Oh. Yeah, that one is like peak hipster right there. What movie is that from? I don't even know. I need a bear hat. I feel like if I got a bear hat, then I could get laid. So then I'd have to wear the bear hat while, you know. See, there you go. Talk about witch women. Look at this. Talk about a witch woman right there. Looks like Melanie Mack.
What?
Damn, that's a big bear. Look at that thing. There you go. Look at this. Whoa. Gotta get a bear pelt hat. That's like, what is happening here? Where to buy? Where to buy?
People are
Give me
crazy.
a fucking map. Just show me a goddamn Amazon. Here we go. No, I don't want fucking British hats. I have a coonskin cap. I guess they don't really
Oh,
have
fuck.
bear hats, do they? Unique Alaska gifts. Here we go. There we go. Call for price, of course. Oh, just tell me how much it costs. Black bear head hat. Black bear, that's what I need. How much does black bear head hat cost? $500. Authentic fur, custom handmade. I would pay $500 for a bear head on my head. Look at that. Now that's some like BDSM. Like if a chick, they choose the bear, that's the hat. There you go. God, I gotta find a chick. Gotta go, bear, fuck it. You want me to get all ragey, huh? You want me to get all ragey, huh? Thank you, Jonathan Aiden Scott. All right, let's get back to the video. I need a bear pelt hat.
The swastika depictions might even line up. I get that that's far earlier than our 10,000 BC starting point here, but the scholars don't think this idea of Betepi is just the earliest, most obvious recording of this. I mean, think about it. If you're saying that the Andes tradition is not connected to the old world, you're saying that it emerged independently, that it's just kind of a human thing. Well, then you're also saying that it likely existed for tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years. Some to think about, but let's get to Egypt. This gets really fascinating. In the earliest phases of complex religion, you get the movement from animal soul carriers to human bird hybrids. And like I said, it shows that they're realizing that humans are at the top. A god's supposed to be above a human. So it's kind of funny to have a god that's just purely an animal. But we're still in this transitional period. The Egyptians believed that there were several aspects to the human soul, and the part known as the Ba is depicted as a human-headed bird, and it represents the mobile aspect of a person that can leave the tomb and travel between worlds. But
That's the Slender Man right there.
now there's judgment of the soul, and it's externalized. That's handled by Osiris and the Tribunal of the Dead. So whereas before we saw the bird with the skull, with this part of the person most intimately connected to their identity, now they're fused in one. A part of the soul itself is depicted as bird-like, and it can fly around like a bird, or like how people with out-of-body experiences describe their movement. In Mesopotamia, with increasing bureaucracy at the human everyday level, we see the afterworld is also depicted in increasingly bureaucratic ways. Winged beings remain prominent, but are no longer expressions of just the soul itself. They're agents of enforcing a cosmic order. As humans develop more of a sense of morality, this ambivalence that we see in nature can't really be tolerated. The vulture is consuming or transmitting souls all the time. It doesn't really seem to care about rich or poor or good or bad.
Something one of
But
those.
there's this longing both in the Egyptian and Mesopotamian that the soul must get to some place where judgment will be rendered.
Man, that's freaky. Look at that shit. Look at that etching work. Is that the image or is that the etching? Look at that. It's like a texture weave almost. It's like fibrous almost. Look at that. I've never seen that. What is that? Is that ivory? That's really cool. What is that? 1419. That's really cool.
This is another strange misconception.
It almost has like a fluidity to it, right? So it's like this image is moving because of the texturalization of the figures. They have a movement to them. It's frenetic almost. It represents almost like, oh man, that is really a cool piece.
That judgment of the soul is some sort of modern Christian thing. It is true that the afterlife was
To the land of no return, the place where dust is the nourishment, clay their food. Oh, so this is Ecclesiastes. They have no light, in darkness they dwell, clothed like birds, wings as garments. Christian Covarrubias. Christian Covarrubias, thank you. That was before the flood in the Bible. What did I say? What did he say?
described as a bleak, sort of dim, dark, dust-eating existence for most. And so it is a
Ishtar, the daughter of sin.
significant difference from
Direct her thought, Ishtar, daughter of sin, to the house of shadows, the dwelling of Urkala, the house without exit for him who enters there. To the road, to the window, to the wall.
the kind of universal salvation that Christianity offered. But there were some that avoided this boring existence. In the Odyssey, Odysseus sees Hercules in this boring kind of afterlife.
Hercules.
Stop.
It's not the being actively tortured lava pit of hell, but it's just gloomy. Right away, he also says that, of course, that's just an aspect of Hercules. Of course, the real Hercules that we
I'm
meet
not.
is partying and living the high life up in Olympus.
Was Hercules partying? Was that part of the... I don't feel like Hercules was partying. I don't know. I never got that.
For some reason, I find it almost comical. It comes from Book 11. Odysseus.
Oh, the stories were pre-flood?
It says, quote, "Then I caught sight of mighty Heracles, I mean his phantom, since he joys in feasting among the deathless gods." The Egyptians absolutely believed in a divine judgment after death. The whole idea of weighing of the scale.
Look at that alligator dog. It's wearing a shirt. No, it's wearing pants. Look at that. That alligator dog is wearing pants. It's like that old meme. If a dog was wearing pants, how would it wear them? Remember that? If a dog was wearing pants, how would it wear them? You remember that meme? The meme. If a dog wore pants, how would he wear them? Like this or like that? Remember that one song? You can do it this, and you can do it that. Fat Boy Slim. You can do it this, or you can do it that. You can do it this, or you can do it that. I could do it this. That dog is wearing pants.
That you should be light-hearted comes from your heart should be as light as a feather when weighed on the scales of Ma'at, another goddess of justice and truth. If you were deemed evil,
Look at that alligator dog. Look at that thing. I've never seen this
if you were
before.
Hello, this is Shanoa. Now, regarding your question, you mainly want to know why you're getting this random fit of anxiety related to your ex. Going by your cards, it shows primarily from the King of Cups that he definitely still harbors a lot of affection for you. This is combined with the Knight of Wands showing that it seems like he wants to actively reach out to you or meet you somewhere. The reason for this is represented in the Six of Swords, showing that there is unfinished business between the two of you, at least on his account. So it does seem like he's trying to find a way to meet you or at least get some form of initial contact with you to try and turn things around and see if something can be rebuilt between the two of you. If you want further information on what to expect from your ex in the future, as well as what options would work best for you, give me a call or send me a message.
Of the Catholic Church, for example. But the big takeaway is that in Sumer you see less of the purely animal forms for gods. But you do have this idea staying kind of more prominent in Egyptian culture for far longer. Horus can be just depicted as a falcon, the Wajid is just a cobra, And Nekabet is not just a bird, but very specifically the vulture.
Sometimes a cobra is just a cobra.
And we often see
Why
Nekabet
do you enjoy
as a
talking to
shanbri.
me?
These later get more simplified or stylized into just these orbs, which is also similar to the Shabazz of Persian myth. The word Shen is also used in China, and it's to describe the spirit or divine aspect.
Oh, they carry the orbs? They carry the orbs. So Göbekli Tepe had the bird with the orb. And then Egypt had the bird with the orb. And Sumer had the bird with the orb.
But now let's look at the harpies.
Wow, look at that. Harpies. Ooh. Stay away from me, harpies.
Seeing even more of this transition, with hybrid figures having human and bird aspects, but also playing more with this idea of morality, of judging the dead.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
Here, it's not a good thing. They're punishing oath breakers and violators of divine order, like with the Near East idea that these winged
That's the Greeks. That's like the Hercules intro. Remember the Hercules intro?
people are the functionaries of some heavenly order, what we might call angels today. As classic
They have the orb. Look, he has an orb.
physicist Walter Burkett wrote, quote, hybrid monsters often preserve archaic functions that later gods no longer perform openly. And remember, the earliest versions of what we might call
There it is.
gods could have just been shown as literal vultures, and now it's not like Zeus is.
Where are you today?
Are you in the time of your life? Are you enjoying the most stressful day you can remember? Right here on the adventure of a lifetime.
High. And we see the same idea with the Norse Valkyries,
Look
where
at that
judgment
painting.
becomes central.
The Valkyries.
Again, no one can really debate that the Egyptians
Remember Flight of Valkyries?
didn't
Wagner.
have an afterlife judgment, but even the Sumerians and Greeks thought that you could avoid the bad ending if you did something great.
Look, he put a black on his.
So it's still salvation. It's just in a different form than what we think of with Christianity. What qualifies as great is going to be different in these different cultures. And with the Norse, it might be the opposite of what the Christian is aiming for. The Poetic Edda explains their roles, and in Grimnismal, we are told, quote, these are the Valkyries. Odin sends them to every battle. They choose who shall fall and who shall have victory. And the very word that we're getting this myth from, Valkrija, means chooser of the slain. And so even if we don't understand their rationale for their judgment, whether it's why Troy was judged to have to fall, or why these individual Norse have to fall, we might not understand the criteria or how they make this judgment, but it's a judgment. And death doesn't have to be a bad thing. The Valkyries link death in battle with judgment and reward. They decide who is worthy to ascend to Valhalla. You can't get there alive. So in every case,
That's a good point.
the essentials are the same. It's just differing on this judgment aspect. You could imagine the earliest examples of this, the most primitive, animalistic versions, they didn't really have such a strict sense of morality. It was just part of a cosmic. All souls were ushered up into heaven and maybe
is a
reborn
cycle.
again. Who knows? We obviously have no recording to this, but it could have been similar to Vedic concepts, but minus the idea of karma. As human morality develops, and as humans get more control over their environment and establish more bureaucracies, this shapes the depictions of what once was just a vulture. From the compressing of soul being the bird itself with the Ba flying off to be judged by Ma'at, to Sumerian winged beings coming down, to later Jewish and Christian depictions,
The
which are
angels.
the Harpies and Valkyries. There's a vague sense of a human soul very early on, that something about what goes on and comes out of the head is very different from the rest of the body. It's your center of speech. It's the look in a loved one's eyes. There seems to be more
And wouldn't know what that feels like.
than just flesh here. And the vague sense that human action has
Look
some
at that
sort of
alligator
impact
dog.
on their afterlife. Whether it being very difficult in the Greek and Sumerian sense, you have to be a real hero to not end up in the gloomy darkness, or if it means being a great warrior for the Valkyries, or that you lived an upright, moral life, doing good things and avoiding the bad things written down in Egyptian text or Christian text. Well, I hope you enjoyed this ride. You might not look at simple vultures the same. They're very ugly
I never thought of that.
heads, and yet very majestic ways they fly through the sky do kind of summarize how the ancients looked at these beings. Having an intensely gruesome job, eating the flesh of dead bodies, but also have this element that just evokes a sort of natural wonder and reverence for them. If you made it this far, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. Subscribe so you don't miss anything, and leave comments. A ton of these comments are amazing, and they really help flesh out these videos and give me ideas for whole new videos.
Yeah, I really like Fred Snyder. His stuff comes off like it's not written by AI. That's the thing I like about this guy the most. His stuff absolutely comes off like it's not written by AI. I really appreciate that. He's like an actual person, you know? He's fantastic. I love this guy. Go subscribe to Fred Snyder. We like Fred Snyder. I really like his stuff. And it's just such a, yeah, the ancient Indians have some crazy sci-fi history. Yeah. Like there's like UFOs in Ecclesiastes. There's UFOs in the ancient Vedic texts. The flying kings, whole cities in the clouds. It's, thank you for the support, by the way. Forza Italian, thank you very much. Julie, thank you. Christian Cover Rubis. AI despises this info. Right. I think my theory and my general belief that we've been on this, like civilization has been around for a lot longer than they let us think. And it has fallen and risen back up and fallen and risen back up in probably about a 6,000 to 12,000 year cycle over and over and over again throughout eternity. Because I swear, if you do not, try not mowing your lawn. Like if you have a house or like patio or somewhere that has like grass that can grow up in it, try not taking care of that for a year and killing the weeds and mowing over stuff. It goes back to nature really, really fast. Sidewalks, edging, all that kind of stuff. It goes back to nature almost immediately. You can get like an inch of topsoil in the forest in like a year. It's wild how fast it goes. And they talk about mud floods and they talk about like Rome and you can't dig in Europe without finding ancient cities. Like this stuff just weathers over. There's no like mud flood crap. It just weathers over. Yeah, I like his stuff. He's very well researched, and like you can tell, he really does care about it. Yeah, good topics tonight, guys. Good topics tonight. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. Anyway, man, nature's undefeated. It really is. Remember those shows from like the mid 2000s, like Back to Nature or After Earth or After Men or something like that? And they showed like how quickly the cities would go back to nature. Like there's whole mountaintops in Asia that are actually pyramids. They just won't admit it. But if you look at it from the sky, it's obviously a pyramid covered in trees. And there's like whole cities in South America that are just covered by jungle that they've never seen. For real, humans 200,000 years ago had about the same intelligence as humans today. We're supposed to believe they didn't figure out agriculture until 12,000. Right. We've done this before. I think the whole planet. I think that it's simply, there's literal like nuclear remnants of bombs and shit in India and the Middle East, Africa. There's whole battlefields that they've found where the sand was literally glassed. Like we've been through this before. Life after people, that's what it was. You just subscribed. Awesome. Yeah, hopefully he has more. He came up real fast. He's got more subscribers than I do now. He's doing a good job. He's I like him. He's very, very good. I like watching his stuff. I like watching like History for Granite, Dan from Debunking. I like Ancient Architects, Timeless with Fred Snyder. I like the DNA. What's his name? Randall Carlson. Although he gets into like he's really too obsessed with this new space race thing. It's like, dude, it's never gonna happen. We're never going to Mars. Just give up on it. 'Cause, I think there's a lot of history of the planet and civilizations from the past that we just. I watch Static in the Attic. Is another guy that does like kind of Tartaria research, but not really focused on that. It's more like the 1,000 years that were deleted from the Middle Ages, where there was like the Catholic Church just added a 1 to everything at year like 500. We gave us 1,000 years, and that was their millennial kingdom thing. I think that's far more plausible than some of the other mud flood theories. I'm sorry. I think that nature retakes civilization much faster than we are willing to admit, and I feel like our memory is extremely short. We're extremely short-sighted, and we're also very short remembered. We have a very short attention span as a species, and we tend to think that our 80-year jaunt on the Earth is the most important, the transformative. Inside Jimmy Corsetti, right? He's great. There's some guy from Florida that talks about this stuff. There's a bunch of guys like this I like, and everybody thinks their generation is the one that had it worse, but also was the most innovative at the same time. It's kind of like what I was saying yesterday, where everybody's really worried about this birth rate crisis, but then all of a sudden, but also very concerned about the fact that everybody's a single mom. So which one is it? Is there a birth rate crisis, or is everybody invested in a child? Oh man, I got about 10, 15 more minutes in me, guys. I am like, Shaw is on. He's on tonight. Oh no, Jesus Christ. Asmongold just posted 3 minutes ago. 2,000 views. 2,000 views in 3 minutes. Oh, 2K views in 3 minutes. Bro fell off. Somebody did send me this video. And I'm not watching this whole thing.
Here we go.
I've literally been the first comment on an Asmon video. The first one. Like 0 seconds ago, I clicked on it fast.
Can you help me read my birth chart?
Else, and I think my comment got like 7 likes.
What about it in particular?
No, we're not gonna watch it. I do not have 45 minutes. I cannot talk for 45 more minutes. Like this light actually does start to hurt my head. Because if you look at it, I've got this thing probably not set up correctly. And I for all intents and purposes, I don't. I need to rest. And I cannot train for hours and hours.
I didn't. I thought you weren't a bot.
I need to get my fucking. I cannot watch a 45-minute video. I didn't know it was a 45-minute video. Oh man. Oh
So
no. My boy just posted. He tried to be a predator and he wasn't even good at that. There's so much good stuff. Who's this guy? Most men will never be chosen. Jesus. There's so much stuff you guys can watch. There's so much stuff. swear to God. Whatever. There's literally no women that will ever be into me. I swear to God. There's literally no women. There's no women. Everything is shot down. Everything is shot down. It does not matter who it is. Everything is shot down. And you guys want to watch a fucking 45-minute Asmon's old video about dating apps? No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I cannot take it. I cannot take it. How's my groin? It fucking sucks. It actually fucking hurts. They honestly need fucking surgery, and it's just not gonna help because the guy told me that, like, really the only reason to do that is that if guts are hanging out of it. It all comes down to content creation. Yes, and I mean, once I get past 4 hours, I get useless. I really do, especially if it's 10 it's 10:30 right now. So I have to try to start. I don't have any, I gotta get off here. I don't have anything left in me. I really don't. I gotta stop. I gotta try to stop thinking about. You try to distract yourself from your loneliness and the constant rejection of women. Because it hurts. Being rejected by women and constantly rejected by women hurts. Like it hurts. That's why guys don't ask women. That's why guys don't try. It hurts. And you get to a point where you start to realize, like, every interaction with a woman is the rejection. You start to see the pattern. And then that's why you just stop trying. And then you get a little bit of hope on it. You let all these people in your streams catch you up and make you think there'd be a shot. And there just fucking isn't. Ever. They'll text you. They'll send you a bunch of texts. They'll send you a bunch of fucking texts constantly. Never just it.
Over and
I
over.
do this to distract myself from my fucking bitterness and my angriness. I'm not in a good place right now. I'm really bitter. I had 2 separate chicks tonight reject me and turn me down. And it's like, they were both older than me too. Like, what the hell? Every chick is going to turn me down. Every chick's going to reject me. There's no chick on YouTube that'll cover me. There's no chick that'll meet up with me and actually sleep with me. Nobody's interested. And I'm sorry. I like the history stuff. I like from it's a cheap fucking distraction for how shitty I feel. Some days I can't, because most things in life are you trying to distract yourself from the loneliness. You're trying to distract yourself from the reality that you are not chosen by the people. Like, look, this fucking match, most friends will never be chosen. The vast majority of the guys that watch me because they get off on making fun of the fact that I'm never the guy. I'm never the guy. Never. And every time I have a chick that kind of like semi-acts like they're interested, I start to realize it's like they're never interested in you. They just want your attention. That's it. They're never interested in you. They just want your attention.
For no reason.
Man, it's brutal. It's brutal. Because you mentally, Julie didn't pan out. No, she sent me the fucking super chat rejecting me tonight.
We're a bicycle company, but we try to utilize technology in any way we can to keep us competitive. Gemini and Google Sheets helps us query our data, find data much faster. It's like having a superpower. There's never someone that's actually interested in trying to steal the justice. Ever.
it's getting to me. It's getting to me because every chick that's contacted me always back out when it actually comes time to doing it. Every time. If I even and I say like, hey, I'm interested. No, I'm not. I'm hung up on this. I'm hung up on that. I can't do it. You're hungry. There's always a reason. And it gets to you after a while. It gets to you. And this is why guys don't try. This is why guys shut down. I don't know why I'm still doing it. Really, I know why. It's because I need an income that is good enough to get moved. I need to get moved. I need to sell my houses and I need to get moved. And I can't rent here to live by yourself is at least $1,500 a month. It just is. There's no cheap rent. You're looking more like $2,000 a month if you want to be not on top of other people. A house here, decent house, I'm looking like $1,600, $1,700 a month. To get qualified for that, you got to make a certain amount per month. So there's a material interest in trying to make YouTube videos that people will watch and go on live streams and at least be there for the guys. You guys are very, very, very generous to me with the super chats. I think that you kind of understand the angst and the pain that I'm in, and you relate to it. And I know that a lot of my watchers are people that like to clip me and watch me and claim I crash out all the time and all that shit. They love to laugh. They love to laugh at my pain. Aaron Clary even says, your pain makes me laugh. Like, gee, thanks. Just, it would be really cool to be desired. It would just be whatever. You're gonna be desirable. Shut up. I don't care. Hassan, is that you? Look at this. DB answers Hassan, is that you? It's me. Who is my Hassan? Or am I the Hassan of the Manosphere? I can't stop talking about James, that guy with hair, those damn hair havers. See, that's what I really need to do, is lean into the hair haver hate. The hair haver hate. The HHH. That's the cult. The cult of HHH. The hair haver hate. Why do you hate hair havers so much? Because you get women. Oh, see, this is the problem. I cannot stream for this long. The Shelby arc fizzled, completely died out. The Dell arc never began. The fucking Kamikaze arc, well, there was no Kamikaze arc. There was no interaction between us two. Oh. I'm so sick of women. I'm so sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it. I just don't care anymore. I just don't. Here we go. At least it isn't as bad as this.
Edward, I thought Jeremy was your favorite backup estrogen. Well, he's like estrogen light. He can't even really pack a punch. You know what I'm saying?
It could always be worse. It could always be worse.
Edward, I thought Jeremy was your favorite backup estrogen. Well, he's like estrogen light. He can't even really pack a punch. You know what I'm saying?
It could be worse. I could be getting felted by my co-host I'm paying $500 a show to be on my stream. Jeremy, what happened, buddy? What happened? Supper Jack! I'm all fucking slap happy. Oh. He's selling coffee. He's low testosterone. He felt it. Man, I gotta do my own coffee brand. See, at least when I'm high on coffee, I am fucking done. There is a part of you that just kind of like dies every time a chick rejects you. Like it does add up over time. It does. It does. Like I don't know. Like people don't talk about this. Like you got to be a psychopath to have it not. And even the subtle little rejections, it's like they don't laugh at the joke. They don't lean into the conversation. They don't reciprocate anything. You get one-word responses. Dude, there's a reason why I only interact with chicks that are like checkout girls. It hurts a lot less. All right? And I know that I am a laughing stock. I get it. Hey, look, as bad as it is, just remember you're not Jeremy Hambley. Eyeball. I don't know. Maybe I should Jeremy Hambley Max. The dude lives in a fucking mansion. He's got 3 million. Dude, his audience, he was bitching. I cannot believe this. As a small YouTuber who gets barely 3,000 views on a video, that guy sits there and bitches. He was bitching about 300,000 views on a video. Do you know how much money you make for 300,000 views? Do you know how much money I would make if I got... He was bitching about 350,000 views. If I plugged in my numbers that I'm getting right now, if I got paid for 315,000 views, it's like $2,800 in a day. Could you imagine the fucking cojones, like, just clueless, just fucking like lost in the sauce, unable to see the forest for the trees, unreality that is Jeremy Hamblin. He's sitting there and bitching about making $2,800 fucking dollars on a 315. Like if one of my videos, I get paid 9/10 of a cent per view right now. Get $9 and some cents per mil right now. 1,000 views for me would be $2,835 just in AdSense revenue for one video. Could you imagine making $3,000 a day and bitching? Could you imagine making $300
Another bot
a day and bitching? Like I stream, and thank you to the supporters in the super chat. It's like $150 to $200 a day. That's about 80 to 75 to 50% of what I was making in corporate America. Again, because of you guys. Thank you. Really. I mean, like that's the reason I can do that. I really would like you to know how grateful I am for that. I don't know how to come off as... I don't know how to show how grateful I am for that. Maybe streaming 5 hours a night. His health is failing. He's on an insane amount of pills. He's an alcoholic. His wife doesn't love him. His career will not last. He has no longevity. Yeah, that guy is sober. Honestly, he really does. Sobriety would really help him. Just like stopping everything. Go to the hospital. Go to rehab. $3,000 for a video. I can't comprehend that kind of... Like, I know $200 a day to yap on the internet is obscene. Like, that is a ridiculous sum of money. I had somebody make a comment once about how I should embrace the absurd. Well, you know what, Cupcake? Here I am embracing it. Because I make like $200 a day yapping into the... Like, if I stream, I usually make $200 in the super chat.
I need guidance. Are you a human or a
If I
robot?
stream that day. If I don't, it's like $60. That's absurd. Like, that's actually crazy. That you can yap on the internet. Ungrateful.
grateful. Truly, the guy doesn't even know how good he has it. But having a 3 million subscriber audience and having the audacity to fucking 5 subscribers, view bot.
Hello, this is Shanoa. Now, regarding your question, you want to know if Amy ever cheated on you and has she moved on with another man. Going by your cards, the primary card, the Fool, does indicate that she did engage in some cheating with you, which likely did have a part in whatever caused the breakup between the two of you. The Hanged Man shows that from the cheating, there did seem to be a notable shift in her perspective towards you, as well as her attitude. So I do think that most of what caused the problems between the two of you was mostly on her. Now, for the final card, Judgment, being in reverse, shows that even though she's attempted to move on with another man, she still seems to be thinking about you. There is some lingering guilt or grief regarding her past with you. So I would expect her to eventually reach out to you not long from now. If you want further information on whatever's going on with Amy, as well as what options work best for you if she gets in contact with you again, or who your optimal partner is, give me a call or send me a message.
$1 a month. Like it's nothing. I hear these guys talk about AdSense being like 60 grand a month. Like it's nothing. And I'm like,
Valuable.
a year of that. A year. I could pay cash for that house. No issue. No problem. I'm like begging someone to buy my house for $150,000. Like I'll take $135 for it. This house, I'm gonna sell it for $120. I'll be lucky to get $100 for it. It's like these people. It's like they don't. It's not real. Like the money. There's so much money, and it feels so. It really does feel like those booby girls from those Howard Stern clips that would wear the oiled up bikinis and roll around the. They'd put them in those plexiglass cubes, and they would throw the $100 bills up with the vacuum seal, and they'd have to roll around in the oil to get. See, this is why I remember to get the dollars all over. I feel like I'm living in fucking idiocracies. Like, why do I still have those houses? No one wants to buy them. Like, I'm living in this one. The other one's been for sale for 6 months. No one wants to buy it. Oh my God. If you're going to sit here and troll me like that, you need to. I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood. I was feeling confident tonight too. And it's like, when she likes older men. Yeah, I wish. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Jesus. Type of stuff U.S. Border Patrol will see on my phone during interrogations. Good Lord. Saturday night on Twitter is a special time. There, okay, that's the second video of someone peeing. Good Lord. What is this? Oh, she pulls out a drawer and it's a dildo. Jesus. Twitter is brutal on Saturday night, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sasha Grey just fucking posted a video called I Never Met Epstein. Good God. I don't give a shit. Man, I am burnt out, man. Benny Hill show. I know what you're talking about. The girls with bikinis. Right. I buy it for $10. JK, please don't hurt me. Yeah, nobody's buying houses right now. It's look, no woman wants me. Nobody wants my work. Nobody wants my houses. I am not trying to dive bomb into a woe is me. Well, Sasha Grey is like a super lefty too. I was listening to her. I was like, holy shit, that just came out of your mouth. Anyway, I am not trying to devolve into some kind of woe is me before I get off here, but it does affect me in a very real way. Like it is like a metaphysical rejection of me and my work. Go watch my video on the other channel today. I brought up all of the photos from that house and when I was really like covered in dirt and soot and everything. It has really done a damage to me, the fact that nobody wants that house. Like that's hurt me in a way that has defeated me in a way that I'm like actively fighting every day that I know this sounds dramatic, but I gotta be honest. I am actively fighting every day the just give up in the back of my head that working on that house for a year and a half, like I have to think about it as it was something to do when I was getting sober, and no, it's not perfect and nobody likes it, but that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of it, and it's a reflection of you. It's just a fucking house. The fact that I can't get a woman to sleep with me no matter what I fucking do, that hurts. And I don't know how to turn off the part of my brain that hurts about that. I don't know how to...
Dientes que no puedes aguantar en la mesa, como nuestros aguacates. Continuamos con la tradición de comer bien y compartimos una vida más saludable, unidos contra la diabetes.
People can talk about not trying to give anything away or trying to do a fire sale thing.
What do you want to know?
I'm going to have to sell this place, obviously. I mean, the DTI ratio works with the other mortgage. Like, it's fine. But again, you know, it gives me something to do. So I will be streaming all the time. Like, you're not going to run it. You're not going to... Hope you guys don't get sick of me. And, you know...
We all have a friend who
What do you want to know, Dom?
crispy fillet of fish. My friend, you could be my friend.
Now enjoy a fillet of fish and 10-piece McNuggets. Mix and match any two.
We should have known something was wrong with PBS Kids. The moment the logo became a corporate, forgettable, nothing but, or maybe it's when they started making shows that have literally zero cultural impact. Why would anybody hunt the weather? Or perhaps it was when they brought back Ruffman, a cartoon dog who used to host one of the most genuinely mental game shows in children's television history, and then they turned him into a sponsor mouthpiece for artificial intelligence.
Ruffman here. Today, I have a poem for you written by me with help from an AI chatbot.
But we'll get to that. Thing is, I'm British. I didn't grow up with classic PBS Kids. Never watched a single episode of Peg and Cat as a kid. Never saw Cyber Chase on telly after school. My childhood was CBeebies, CBBC, Tracy Beaker, Horrid Henry, Shaun the Sheep, Charlie and Lola. PBS Kids was this entirely American thing. This didn't exist in my world. But here's what's weird. I still know PBS Kids, or at least a version of it that existed in the 2000s and the 2010s, through sheer cultural osmosis. You see things about Arthur's Fist. Someone mentioned Virgil, and you end up watching it and realizing it's pretty bloody brilliant. This shared nostalgia for a golden age of
What do you want to
educational
know, then?
television that apparently shaped an entire generation. But then I started hearing something else over the past few years. PBS Kids is dead. Why modern PBS Kids is now doomed to fail. So, naturally, I got curious because, well, I'm a nosy bastard. I started looking at PBS Kids live shows
I
like
don't
Wild
want
Wild Wombats, Lion in the Mist, Weather Hunters, and I couldn't help but wonder, will kids still be talking about these shows in 20 years? Will anyone have YouTube channels dedicated to
What do you want
wombats
to
like
do?
Matt Neff does about Arthur and FUDW? Now, some of these newer shows, Carl the Collector for one, are genuinely good, but that might just be the exception that proves the rule. But before we get onto these newfangled shows, you've got to look at what happened